Welcome back to the King's Corner, the place for all things Bethesda. I am the KingFanMan. E3 is finally almost here, and we are literally just days away. In a few more days, all the speculation, all the leaks, all the predictions, and even all the hype will be over, at least for a couple of months, hopefully. Because in just a few days, we will all finally know what's coming from our favorite developers. So all those things I just mentioned will be replaced by the anticipation of playing all the games they've announced. Actually, this time of year kind of reminds me of the day before my birthday, or Christmas Eve, where I know I'm going to get something, I just don't know what it is, and honestly, it's my favorite time because of the anticipation. Seeing the presents all wrapped up, knowing they're mine, but not knowing for sure what they are. Oh, I may have a few ideas, but that just makes it more exciting. Well, with that thought in mind, this video is going to be about all we want this year for E3. Now, I'm not talking about predictions. I've heard all kinds of predictions, and I'm kind of tired of predictions. In fact, I've gone on record several times giving my predictions for this year's E3. If you missed those, I'll leave you a link down in the description of every studio inside of Bethesda and what I predict. And by the way, I'm feeling pretty good about my predictions this year. Except for id Software. I predicted Doom 2, and they announced Rage 2. Well, that's close, right? Hey, but it still could happen. But we're not talking about predictions. We're talking about our dream E3. So as I'm telling you my dream E3, I want you to be thinking about yours, because I'm going to want to hear from you. Okay, with that said, let's jump right into our dream E3. Alright, I'm going to start with id Software since I already mentioned them. Now, I would love Doom 2 like I predicted, but we're not talking about predictions, we're talking about dreams. Honestly, what they gave in Rage 2 has gotten me more excited than Doom 2. I love Doom and I couldn't wait for Doom 2, but seeing that trailer for Rage 2, you know, I liked the first Rage game. I never thought I would be this excited for Rage 2. So Bethesda gave me a present better than what I was hoping for. I cannot wait to live stream Rage 2 on Twitch. That's what I'm dreaming about already. So I'm going to leave id right there and say thank you, Bethesda. You've already given me exactly what I've wanted. Actually, I do have one more little thing for id, but I really want to save that for last because it's super special. So y'all stick around for that. I want to move on to Arcane now. Arcane is the makers of Dishonored. As you know, they've already teased a Prey DLC. Yeah, that's good. I like Prey, but this is Dream E3. We got to think big. Arcane makes beautiful worlds. I love the world of Dishonored, and I would love to see Arcane step out there and make a beautiful open world, but a historic open world centered around the Civil War. Now, before you say that sounds terrible, think of it this way. Red Dead Redemption and Battlefield 1 put together, but in the Civil War. Cannons, horses, swords, muskets. That sounds great to me. Arcane, are you listening? Will you do that for the KingFanMan? Okay, let's move on to Tango Gameworks. They are the makers of The Evil Within. Of course, it is a horror/survival game. They do that very, very well. But that's all they do. They need a new IP. So I started thinking, well, they do that so well, it needs to be that kind of game, but what kind of game would I really like in that kind of genre? And then I thought, what would be greater than to see a true survival game, but a realistic survival game from Tango? Like where you have to, you know, what a normal survival game is, where you have to build your own shelter, you have to kill your own food, but think about Tango doing it and the suspense that they could put into it. It would be wonderful. So my dream E3 would have Tango releasing a new IP, and it would be a realistic survival game. It would be awesome. I hope they're listening to all this. Well, of course they're listening, and they're going to read every one of your comments too, so make them good. We now move to ZeniMax Online Studios, the makers of ESO. Now, I had trouble with this one because I'm not big into MMOs. I play ESO a little bit, but they're just not my cup of tea. So I had to ask myself, would I want them to make a Fallout MMO? And you may hate me for this, but my answer is no. Please don't do that to Fallout. You've done it to Elder Scrolls. Don't do it to Fallout as well. If they're going to make some kind of multiplayer game, what would I want it to be? Well, you know what kind of games are very popular right now. The battle games with the settlement building on the side. who better to do that than ZeniMax, getting a little help from Bethesda Game Studios with an upgraded settlement mode? Think about it, a free-to-play game from ZeniMax. It would be awesome. Do that, ZeniMax, and leave Fallout alone. They could truly give Fortnite a run for its money. Come on, ZeniMax, you can do it. It would be awesome. Alright, let's go to Bethesda Game Studios, my absolute favorite developer. But now remember, there are 3 studios this year. You have Austin, you have Maryland, and you have Montreal. So let's start with the brand new one in Austin. What would I like from that one? Austin, give me Fallout 3 Remastered Anniversary Edition. Come on, you can do it. Fallout 3 with the story, but with the gunplay and customization of Fallout 4. That would be incredible. Moving on to Maryland. Everybody thinks it's going to be Starfield, but this is my dream E3. And my dream, of course, is the Elder Scrolls. I want the Elder Scrolls. I cannot wait for the Elder Scrolls, so give it to me now. We can do Starfield later. And really, how could you have a dream E3 without Elder Scrolls 6? Y'all can even start the chant with me. Elder Scrolls 6! Elder Scrolls 6! Okay, maybe not. Alright, moving on to Montreal. Now, Montreal, of course, is the one that brought us Skyrim Special Edition. They also did Fallout Shelter. So, obviously, I want a mobile game from them, and I want one based on the Elder Scrolls. We got the mobile game based on Fallout, now give me one based on the Elder Scrolls. But that's not it from this studio. This is a large studio. They've not really ever stepped out there and done something on their own. They've either been mobile game or helping with remaster, and that's fine for a while, but I think it's time for them to really step out and give us a full game. But now this is also where id Software comes back into the mix. If you remember, id Software helped BGS with Fallout 4. They helped get the gunplay better. That's why the gunplay is so much better than Fallout 3. So I want id Software to help Montreal. Plus, if you've noticed, I haven't talked about Machine Games. Machine Games is awesome with first-person shooters with gunplay. So get Machine Games, id Software, and Montreal to give us a Fallout spinoff. Again, how can you have a Dream E3 without an Elder Scrolls and a Fallout? This one, I want a Fallout based in the southern United States. I want a place that we haven't seen, or a part of the country that we haven't seen before. You know, for a while there were rumors about a Fallout New Orleans. Excuse me, as they say it, Nolans. That would be wonderful. Go to Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, down in the southern United States. Think about some of the gangs, some of the factions that could be down there. Seeing what it's like down on the old border with Mexico, that could be epic. And hey, we could also find out if in the Fallout universe, if Trump ever built his wall. Well, that's going to do it for my Dream E3. And I don't think that's asking for too much, do you? Hey, be sure and comment down below what your Dream E3 would look like from Bethesda. I want to thank y'all for stopping by the King's Corner today and having a little fun with me. If you're not a subscriber yet, do it. That's my dream. I would even give up all those games just for you to subscribe. If you are a part of this channel, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am the KingFanMan, and I will see you next time.